farming in general is very cross-curricular in that we have to deal with the climate and the soil and the seasons and various things like that. But also in our case, we're dealing with animal breeding and DNA, so perhaps it would fit in with biology. Because we're a hill farm, all our animals are outside, so getting up close and personal and cuddly with sheep isn't really an option. But we've had several high school visits now, and it has been the S3s on a land use trip, but it's been very useful because by the time they've climbed up a bit higher than we are at the moment, they certainly are aware of gradient, and we can talk about aspect and of course this soil depth and how that limits how farmers can interact with their environment. Really quite difficult to make them or allow them to be as aware of things as they are when they're actually standing on a slope and seeing the gradient, when the wind's whistling past, when they notice the door in the hill and I say that's because the water pipe for Edinburgh goes through our farm. What does that say? And they say, oh, lots of water, lots of rain. So it's a very, very in-your-face impact, I think, that they wouldn't get if they were just looking at a map in the classroom. It's quite relevant on a modern studies aspect, for instance, in that 70% of Scotland perhaps is hill land. We can't grow cereals and cabbages here, but we can produce sheep meat, so protein from land that couldn't be used for many other forms of farming. And in carrying on from that, we're using animal breeding techniques and things like EID in the sheep and the technology involved in that. So we could cover all sorts of aspects if that was of interest to the class. It's very rewarding seeing the young people going away having had their eyes open to something that they perhaps didn't realise before they came.